starting the meeting of July 22nd, the Heritage and Arts Commission. Do the call to order.
Would you like me to call the roll?
Sure.
Chair Gupta,
Here.
Vice Chair Edamad,
Yeah.
Commissioner Feibush,
Here.
Commissioner Fong,
Here.
Commissioner Farron,
Here.
Commissioner Noguez,
Here.
and Commissioner De Mujica is absent.
Okay, well, there any oral communications? Anybody?
Not yet. No one here.
Seeing none.
Okay, well, I don't really have much in the way of a chair report, unfortunately. There was a flurry of activity since the last meeting, just after, to try and organize things for various ad hocs, and my own communications with Scott Froschauer. But other than that, there's really nothing to report. I did receive your emails, which I never responded to because I was away, but I have all of those in a Word doc that I can share with you later. All right.
The next item is the consent calendar with the approval of last month's meeting minutes.
Okay.
Wait, I won't put something.
And my apologies, it seems I have neglected to attach them to the agenda, so we will have to carry this to next month.
Sounds good.
Oh, they're on the online agenda? Okay, they should be on your iPad then. Pardon me.
Okay. Ah.
I move to accept the consent calendar.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, unanimous and seeing no public comment.
Is there any public?
No.
Okay.
Seeing none.
Thank you.
So we have one discussion item, and that is the update from the ad hoc for the Native American Arts and Culture event.
Yes. So the gist of it is that we're looking for a date in August. I have exchanged communication with Eddie Madrill, who frankly, I think is very professional, and the work that his troupe, group, whatever you want to call them, does is phenomenal. And I think that's exactly the sort of performance that I think we would like to see at this event. He also seems to have a lot of contacts. So I've given him essentially an overview of what I think we would like, which would be essentially something for everyone. So possibly a reading at the library, maybe an arts and crafts, possibly even vendors to sell some of indigenous, creative work, as well as a performance that would include, what do you call it? A drum performance, storytelling, which I think is very rich in the indigenous cultures, as well as, of course, the dance. So he's got all that information. I finally heard from Henry Frank today that the 17th works for him, although it is tight, given the level of performance and organizational skills that Eddie Madrill has. I mean, he does this all over the world. I don't think that's too tight timeline for him. Likewise, I think that we can publicize it well. because we can run something in the, what's it called, Tib Talk. We've got the next door, we've got the Chamber of Commerce website. I can advertise it at St. Stephen's and at St. Hilary's. So I think there's enough time to put this together. I'm just waiting to hear back from Eddie. We have not had a chance to meet, but this is nothing new or different from anything else we've done. And we've got the manpower to execute on it once we can, I guess, confirm with Eddie that that date will work for him as well.
Great. Well, that's great news. I think I saw somewhere that Eddie said that his calendar with CWAM was pretty open and flexible.
Right.
I guess, what about the ARC? Do you think we'll be able to get something in the
yeah.
ARC with
Yeah.
enough time?
What is the date you're
Well,
talking
17th
about?
is what we're looking at right now.
August 17th, which is a
August
It's a
17th?
Sunday.
Sunday?
Sunday.
Yeah, and it doesn't conflict with anything else or conflict with anything else because you've got two concerts in Belvedere and you've also got the Labor Day weekend. So
Oh.
this does not conflict with any of those things.
The 17th, the Belvedere concert? August 17th?
It's the week before,
The week before.
the 10th.
Oh, the concert in the park, you mean?
Yeah, it's early because there are going to be two concerts in August. Because normally the last concert is on Labor Day weekend and Labor Day weekend falls at the end of August. So they're doing it then.
Do
31st.
you know if Eddie is back from Europe?
Not yet, but
Not
he
yet.
said he's checking his email. So
Oh.
I know he got the first email and I just sent him another one today saying, we've got the 17th lockdown
Great.
or the
Oh.
other.
Do we need to order any stage equipment or anything?
I mean, again, this is.
We
similar-
could work
we can work with
together.
Eddie, he
Okay.
does this around the world. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
we got the
Yeah.
stars. That's,
And you have a grant from the town council for 6,000 for this. And in the first action item, we'll be discussing your fiscal year and your budget, and you can maybe allocate additional
certain
funds if
amount.
necessary. So
May I, does he know about that some of those artists can show their works outside?
well, he doesn't do that as far as I know.
So he's,
It's more.
You mean
There-
Henry? You mean
there won't,
Henry?
yeah.
Henry Franco probably
There
wanted to
won't
show
be
some.
any art displays?
Well, Henry Frank is different. So, and he's displayed his art here before. So if he wants to bring some things, I guess we could get panels, but I think we have to figure out how much space we need for Eddie and his troupe.
Yeah, because last time we talked about, we thought that they can put it on the stands. Just part of,
Right. It's
just a
it's something
few
to
of
consider.
those artworks.
Yeah.
But
Okay, well, we can,
anyways, that is something to ask him maybe.
well, that's great news. I guess we won't be meeting again then until after the
We can al-
event.
We
but
can always call a special meeting.
We can call a special meeting. I will say that I'm away
Oh, okay.
for work from August 9th through the 15th.
Oh, okay.
August 9th to the 16th.
Oh,
I'm on
okay.
that committee, so
Okay,
I will not be available to support, but
Okay.
I'll be able to attend the event.
that's great.
And I'll be at the event too, and I
Yeah.
can certainly volunteer to,
Right.
help set up or
Right.
whatever needs to be done.
I'm back in the office on August 4th,
Okay.
so I can help support in like helping with getting the rental stuff and some of the logistics since I've worked so closely with the DITF.
Okay, super.
stuff.
Professionals, Ian, Frank.
Right, exactly. And I mean, and the good thing is that Henry Frank has already been here and he knows the layout.
Yeah.
He knows
And
they've
they've done these shows.
most of us. Yes. And I mean, and Eddie is, just.
And Eddie was here for for Henry
Okay.
Frank's reception as
great.
well.
See, I wasn't here.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's good to know.
Is it on a Sunday?
It's a Sunday. It's the 17th. It's a
That
Sunday.
is
Yeah.
the time I'm coming back from my trip.
When
So
are you coming
I
back?
haven't bought my tickets yet. Maybe I could make sure that I will be here.
Why don't you all show up for the show? Well, we'll figure out what happens before
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
We'll get it done.
Okay, well, I'll communicate with you
Yeah.
again, maybe this week
That's fine.
and we can kind of sort out some of the little nitty gritty details.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Well, that's wonderful news. CWAM Dance, as you know, was just at a UNESCO event in Europe. So, we've got a lot of
Talent.
talent here. Yeah, it's gonna be great. Okay. All right, on to action items. Larissa, do you want to?
All right, action item number 1 is the fiscal year 2025-2026 budget and upcoming expenditures. For fiscal year 2025-26, the town council has allocated $15,000 in general funds, which is twice what they allocated last year. So Victoria was successful in her push for that. For discretionary use by the Heritage and Arts Commission, these funds will support operational needs, including promotional banners, reception supplies and refreshments, and additional operational requirements throughout the year. This fund corresponds with the town of Tiburon's fiscal year, July 1st of the current year to June 30th of the following year. As of July 15th, 2025, 1 expense has been posted to this fund, 2 cases of Pellegrino to support upcoming receptions. The current fund balance is now $14,946.49. Thanks to Jale for supplying the Pellegrino. The next fund that you manage is the Public Art Fund, contains resources designated for public art exhibitions and opportunities to benefit the town. As of July 17th, 2025, the current fund balance is $54,561.85, which comprises the initial town council grant of $50,000, private donations, and accrued interest. All expenditures from this fund require town council budget amendment approval. Private donations specifically designated for public art are deposited into this fund. And the last fund is the Heritage and Arts Project Fund. It was established to manage funding and expenses associated with heritage and arts projects as documented in the fiscal year 2022 audit. This fund receives commission fees from art exhibition sales and donations designated for the Heritage and Arts Commission and accrues interest. As of July 16th, 2025, the current fund balance is $10,239.17. A corresponding budget line item will be established for this year, granting the commission discretionary authority over these funds that were generated through their artist promotion and exhibition efforts. So your action item is to hear this report and consider any upcoming expenses that you want to talk about now and get approval from the commission, which might include any additional event expenses for this event. I believe there was a discussion of wanting new wine glasses. And I think you guys need to replenish the wine stash for upcoming receptions. Maybe some ARC advertising for, whatever you've got going on this year and that kind of thing. And let me know how you want to, what you need and what fund you'd like to spend. Recommended that you spend the first fund, the 15,000 first, because that's the use it or lose it fund.
So the money allocated for the Native culture event was from the town through
Through the DITF.
DITF.
That was $6,000. And I might suggest that you approve a not to exceed number, just in case your expenses come in over 6,000 and what you're willing to put in from your own funds.
I did have a brief discussion with Eddie about costs and, I told him what our budget was and he's such a nice guy. He's like, we'll work with whatever you guys have. But I think it's worthwhile, because there may be setup and maybe there's food. I don't know, we need to make sure that we.
Other DITF events have been coming in around $8,000 to $10,000.
I'm comfortable with recommending that we could spend up to $4,000 for this event.
If needed.
If necessary.
Yeah.
If necessary.
On top of the 6.
Mhm. That'll get the cushion in case.
Just in case, because I know that food, when I did look into food costs earlier with some of the vendors, they were expensive.
Would be a real hit, I think.
Yeah. And I think you know, maybe it might be worthwhile also to take an ad out in the ARC alongside, you know, I mean, like a big splashy thing with some graphics from CWAM dance potentially. And also highlighting that they are, you know,
UNESCO.
a big deal. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. Can we also send it to the IJ or some of the local papers too?
yeah.
I can help you with that.
Okay. Uh,
Is there a motion?
So you,
I move that we allocate up to $4,000 for the August 17th. I mean, August, is that August 6th? Yeah, 17th event. Not to exceed $4,000
Just a matter of,
as
Fund.
emergency from the general operating fund.
I second.
All in favor?
I,
Okay, unanimous, thank you.
Do we have a
And-
goal for attendance at this?
That's a good question.
'Cause we would want that for food ordering.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's a discussion maybe we could also talk to Eddie about. And I'm sure they do, yeah. And we can then maybe peg the food allocation to that number. And I know that Eddie can probably help with that also.
I mentioned that to him. I said it would be really nice to have some sort of, you know, either traditional or something to complement
Yeah,
the
just-
performance because, you know, there may be some things that are,
yeah, we should
traditional,
look
but
at performers.
we couldn't possibly get unless we paid a fortune for it,
Right,
to have it made
right.
for us. So, yeah.
Yeah, I think, all right, in a couple of weeks, as we pick up publicity,
Yeah.
we'll be able to get the feel of
Yeah.
whether people are interested, whether people are out of town, who knows? But I think it's a great program.
When do the schools start? Does anybody know?
I think August
21st, yeah.
22nd. Yeah, so they would be around, that'd be good.
Yeah.
Yeah, people are coming back.
We could do just at least one item.
Yeah.
Made from maize or from corn.
Right, and
or
I don't-
something, that'd be, at
Yeah.
least we could afford that.
And I think also, the schools, I mean, don't they have a PTA publication that we could talk to somebody
Go
about?
back to school, maybe they.
I can look into Del Mar Middle School and Bel Air and ask them.
Well, because I mean,
That'd be great.
also the superintendent of schools, Kimberly,
Yes,
we could ask her.
that's right. And I've talked to her in the past also.
Yeah, and I know her from the board of directors for the chamber, so I could ask
Okay,
her.
great.
Likewise, even the library.
Well,
Something.
why don't we do this, Nora? I don't want to get too far off topic, but this week, you know, you and I will talk
Yeah.
this week and and maybe we can write to Eddie so he can give us some copy that we
Right.
can use and maybe some, you know, images. And that way, next week, we should have all the material for marketing ready to go and kind of just start pushing it out.
And Liz, you're on the ad hoc as well, and you're a marketing person.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right. Well, that's good. Well,
Yeah. And
Okay.
maybe
Oh.
when things get settled, maybe Nora, you could send us a CC with the
Yeah.
email. Okay.
great.
So while we're on the topic of spending money, is there anything else that you
Yes.
request? We have,
The-
artist laureate wall will be in the next action item. We'll talk about, there are some expenses that will come with that, but is there anything else that you, yes,
Do
Victoria?
we need to spend up to $600 for wine and supplies for the reception? How much do you think we
I
need?
think we have enough wine for the, like, one more reception,
But-
I
maybe.
think we need.
But we should have it in the
some
back.
more
Yeah.
wine.
Yes.
I purchased the water. We have 2
Cases
boxes
of that.
Pellegrino. But as far as the wine goes, I think we really need
And
red wine as well as white.
white and
rosé or
and what
something.
about the glasses? I'm not entirely clear on
Well,
the glasses.
somebody
Oh.
was
Oh.
complaining that these glasses are very passé. It's just too,
I've
doesn't look
heard that
very
also.
nice.
Okay.
Different source, but yeah.
Yeah.
I was at the event
Yeah.
and
because
someone that I know,
Nora and I were
a
there.
couple that I know said, are these the glasses that you serve wine in? And I said, yes. And they said, oh, we need to talk to the town manager about this because you need glasses. But they gave me the impression that they were going to fund it. So I can ask them if they're going to fund it.
That would be amazing.
Well, it's an expense because the library art committee bought new wine glasses, the stemless ones.
Oh,
And,
is that what we're going for? Stemless?
well, it'd be easier.
Yeah.
The
Small
small
looking
and-
square
Yeah,
ones.
we don't have to worry about the stems and,
I got eyeball.
but anyway.
Do you
As far as
have to
just for the
offer-
supplies, I'm offering 600. You think that's too much or should it be 500?
No, I think that's probably.
600. I would like to propose that the commission spend up to $600 to replenish supplies as needed for the receptions and daily operations.
I second it.
Okay. All in favor?
Yeah.
All right, unanimously passed. Thank you.
One other question I had about costs. I know that Rabbi Mintz and the what is the name of the
Tiburon together.
Tiburon Together event is coming up also,
August 19th
August 19th.
at 6 o'clock.
Right. So that's the Tuesday after. Did we discuss anything about refreshments for that event or anything like that?
Shared with him that we would supply wine and Pellegrino and he could bring snacks.
Okay.
And noshes. Think
Great.
that's appropriate.
So do we have enough wine for that?
Yes.
Oh, we do.
Yeah, we have enough for one more.
Great.
If not, we can, we
And
can
that's
spend-
the next reception really that's coming up,
Mhm.
correct?
Yeah, and then September 9th is Susan Katz.
Okay.
Well, actually,
Wash.
when we get to that, I'd like to say something about it.
Okay, we'll get there. We'll get there. All right, anything else on the immediate spending between now and the next meeting that you would like to approve
Oh,
funding for? We've got the event covered. Wine, we're gonna stock up on our wine and supplies. Nora's gonna go talk to that couple about,
Yes.
and then we can discuss wine glasses at the next meeting.
I can't think
Okay.
of anything right now.
no, not until we get to,
Nonprofit ID, like a nonprofit tax number?
No,
Okay.
No,
no.
we
don't
are the
have that.
government.
Okay.
Donations to our various funds can be tax deductible per the law, but that's between you and your accountant. We
Okay.
do not advise on that. So, yeah. Okay, anything else? Moving on.
Moving on.
Yes, moving on to next one.
The Artist Laureate Wall update. Would you, the members of the committee, like
Yeah.
to chat about that?
Ad hoc has been working very nicely together,
Oh.
all of us, and we have already put the artwork upstairs on the wall temporarily because these works have got to be installed permanently. Yeah,
That's what's up now.
yeah.
Wonderful.
Actually, mine is the only one that I have the permanent hanger behind it. And the other three needs to have that. So when I talked to Marissa, we thought maybe I could take the other three to my framer and have him put that in the back of them. And I
Question.
don't know how much it would cost, not much, I'm sure. So, and then we needed a hanger, a professional hanger. Now, you have, yeah, you have one. That is a gallery hanger. I was looking at the prices. I think the prices are very high. I don't think we need that type of a hanging. It's only for small works, you know? But through Sandy Chin of Dominican, she has a hanger that I know very well. He has hung my work in Dominican University once, which was a very complicated work. He's very nice, and he has been hanging artworks in 4th Street Galleries in San Rafael. And if you allow me, I can call him and maybe have him come over, take a look at the space and give me an estimate. And I'm sure he would be. He's a very nice guy, and you can trust him. He's a very trustworthy. I'm going to use him for my own shows as well. Is in August. So anyways, if you allow me, I will give him a call. And
I have a question.
let the ad hoc know we can get together right there and we can talk.
I think
with
that
them.
makes sense.
Yeah, yeah. The other wall is not quite ready yet. The wall next to the elevator.
Mhm.
I think we all agreed that it would be good to put Heritage and Arts Commission logo there and our mission, what we actually do in town of Tiburon.
Yeah.
Just a nice few words saying that this is what we do. And we have a fifth artist laureate coming up. And we kind of thought it is a good idea to mention her in just a small, with her picture on it and say, this is our future one. And then we can put it right on the wall by the Heritage and Arts.
2025.
Yeah, with open-ended.
And maybe have her there for her duration of the term so that we know who that person is. Yeah, that's a great idea.
Yeah, I think it's going to look very nice.
I just want to say, it's been great fun working with Liz and Charlie and Marissa on just planning this wall. And I'm very open with my opinions, and we got a lot done. And Liz knows how to use the iPhone to get all the fonts and
Well-
capture whatever. Yeah, and whatever ideas I had. So I'd like to just let the commission know that you've got great commissioners.
Well, we can tell we can tell immediately from the beautiful wall. I mean, it looks fantastic. So hats off to all of you.
Did you see it?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
I have
that's
a
good.
question. So
Yes.
in terms of the frames, are they all going to be the same or are they all going to be different?
They're gonna be different because
okay.
that's how they submit it.
Okay.
But the hanging is gonna be professionally done
Okay.
the same way.
Okay. Now, I was just wondering.
Probably the top part will be all in one
Hmm.
Yeah.
one
And
level.
then I,
Okay.
And then underneath each of them we will have
their
Text panel.
yeah,
title of the
the
painting.
title,
the year, or
painting,
a medium.
something small.
I'm getting a quote for those right now because they're
Yes,
made
that
of
would be good.
Ludite engraved.
Art
wow.
labels.
Yes, yes. The names, the 4 names on the left side on the wall.
Mhm.
We think that the 3rd and the 4th are a little bit crooked.
Okay.
But we thought maybe we should put those underneath, so all 4 of them will be one after the other.
I
the
think
4
I think if you're going to have 2 columns, it makes sense to go down one column first, and then once you've reached the bottom, to go to the top second column.
Yeah, just
forever.
create one column with 4 names on it, and then the next one could be the
Yeah, chronologically.
8
it'll be
years
more-
or
Yeah, when we're not here
next
anymore.
16 years would be added to it.
Well, it looks fantastic, and it's just
So we need, I believe the ad hoc would like to have approval to spend a little bit more money for the professional hanging, for the framing, and then the additional wall,
Wording.
H&A and everything. So I don't know what you guys are thinking.
I would like to recommend $500. That was the quote that I received from Norton Fine Art. For the hanging and So a couple things that we talked about were like the shadow issues, so solving all of that.
And the
making sure
lighting.
That everything is hung straight across. This is just temporary right now. And then using semi-permanent fixtures for all of the artwork. And so that was included in the quote that I received.
The Lucite text panel,
I'm working on a quote for that, but I'm guessing $150, $200.
I think you can go and just say like not to exceed $1,000
That-
because there's gonna be stuff on the other wall as well.
Yeah, we want a color logo, right?
And we want that logo, exactly. So I think that's probably good. Does that make sense?
That is
Can I
very
just
good.
ask
Yeah.
One question. Do we have, I mean, of course, we must have gotten permission for this, but do we have permission to use the other wall for that?
Yeah.
Okay, just want to be sure.
But
Oh, yes, we have. Otherwise we wouldn't do it. Yeah. And this
I
is the
just thank
second
the-
time you are worried about that wall, I
I thank
think.
whatever authority allow us to move the fire extinguisher word somewhere. That's the arrow.
Yeah, no,
Anyway.
everybody has been very complimentary
it's
about it.
supposed-
Greg walked upstairs and was like, wow. that
Looks
professional."
professional, yeah.
Yeah, it does.
It's all,
We
it's
also
a new wall.
QR code.
On
the
each
side,
painting.
In this second iteration that will link to our artist laureate page.
Oh, nice.
So that people can get all of the.
Come to
information.
our
We
website.
Just don't have
Great idea.
websites, but we can have all of that information in our.
As their
page.
bios. and-
Yes,
Oh,
for
that's
me, it's very
fantastic.
important to have my website there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
So
For those
it
who
would
have
be
missed
good.
that, you could put it.
Yes.
Yeah.
And is this online as
QR
well?
code.
Are you gonna visualize this online or put represent? this
Eventually, yeah, once it's
Yeah, we could
finalized,
probably
we'll
put-
we'll
yeah,
shoot a
an
photo of
image.
it and
Mhm.
And maybe their QR codes.
And the QR codes would be great.
Okay,
is
great.
there a motion on the table?
Well, I've been spending money, so. Thank you, commissioners. I move that we spend up to $1,000 for the Artist Laureate Wall for additional and necessary materials and professional services.
I second.
All in favor?
I,
Unanimously passed. I'm not seeing any public comment, so we can move on. Art exhibition dates. It came to my attention as I was doing the calendar that we have double booked September 9th for receptions for Susan Katz and Cedars of Marin. So you guys need to discuss that and make a decision. And then November 2025 is empty right now on the calendar for the lower lobby. So we're considering inviting past artist laureate and longtime Heritage and Arts Commissioner Jale Edamad to host a retrospective exhibition and book launch during the month of November. So I'll let you guys carry on and discuss that.
I certainly have comment on.
See what happens when Arjun leaves.
Yeah,
the
on the
house.
Cedars. I just wanted to say, Cedars have been moved. At first, they were supposed to be from October to December, but then Landmark wanted December. And I have proof, I've sent an email, April 7th, that we have already established the September 9th for Cedars. And unfortunately, it didn't show up for 2 months on the calendar spreadsheet. So I really feel very strongly that if anything, Susan Katz, who came in after all of this, certainly after April, that I just don't think we should be moving Cedars around. So that's
I
my,
apologize for my.
that's okay, but
oversight
that's
on that.
my feeling.
We
Right.
can either have both at the same evening, which is kind of hard for the commissioner
done
to
it,
be
and it's-
upstairs, downstairs. Or we can ask the artists upstairs to do it the following Tuesday.
I mean, since it's my mistake, I'm glad to approach her and see if there's another date that works.
she has 2 months, September through October.
Yeah,
And I think if you recall, in one of our discussions in a previous meeting, we had talked about how back-to-back receptions are a little bit tough.
yes, it's very,
So maybe we might mention I mean, I can write to Susan myself and ask her if she'd be willing to push it to the end of September or in, or, or early October, perhaps. I don't know if she'd be willing to do that or not, but,
Yeah.
with the reasoning that,
As
we-
long as
Yeah.
we're all here, we are
So-
not on vacation.
Yeah.
yeah,
I mean, for up and down, we've done it and it was really hard, but by the same token, I really feel Cedars, because as an organization, as a group show, I just don't think she's made the adjustment.
no, that's fine. I think you're right. And also Susan is very accommodating and she's very enthusiastic.
But
Yeah.
she's really anxious. to
She's
put
ready
the
to-
work
yeah,
out
yeah,
there,
she's
which is
excited.
Really beautiful work.
And on top of this, I think we need an extended calendar sheet so that we could plan ahead and market and all,
Mhm.
so.
So I have a question. I've been in those double receptions. Is there really a problem?
Could you talk on?
Is there really a problem to offer them the same evening first?
Well, one is probably the wine glasses. Not enough,
Oh.
running up and down. And then when you have to replenish, unless we have a full board, full commissioner
Okay.
attendance helping. And also people get kind of mixed up saying, why is it down here? And I'm going upstairs. It doesn't matter. We've done it. It's just a little.
When was does anybody remember the last one that was, I don't think I've ever,
The other ones were not because they were a little bit staggered.
yeah, but I don't think I've been on the commission since we've done that, have we?
We've done only, I think, two times with
Uh-huh.
Curran. I can't remember which one.
I mean,
but-
I'm not opposed to that, but I also feel like, in this case, with both of these parties, we've had to kind of juggle times with them and I think they want their own
Yeah, I mean, if they want,
dedicated evening, maybe. I don't know.
yeah, I think probably easier for Susan singular could, handle that. That's with Cedars.
You can mention it to her when you're.
I can talk to her.
Yeah, and if not, I
Would
think,
appreciate it,
and
because.
if not, we can work it out.
Yeah.
and We'll just do.
I mean, I think that's-
Reception.
I think that's okay to just say, if you want to do it on September 9th, there is another reception downstairs. However, we're also open to moving your reception a couple of weeks down the.
Yeah,
down the
it's
road if
just,
you like.
it's just.
Well,
too
Nora and I
difficult.
did very well upstairs in one time.
Yeah,
The two of us.
Sure.
yeah.
Oh, wow, it was really,
Classes
it
by then.
Maybe.
Yeah.
was a great
Yeah, it's good.
opening
You can
too.
miss it.
She has sold about four
Mhm.
pieces. They're all over $1,000. It's fabulous.
So I guess if it's an action, I move that we keep Cedars for September 9th. And Marissa and Chair Gupta will contact the artist Susan Katz to see if she wants to change her date upstairs. Otherwise, I move that we have it together on September 9th.
And buy wine glasses.
By,
By the way.
otherwise, we're
Me
just
too.
both-
I have a ton. in
Yeah.
there.
So
Well,
a second, I
guess-
guess.
Yeah, it's an action. I
Seconded.
guess we decide on that date.
Oh, yeah. Well, this is
Do we
off
need
the
to
record,
vote
but
on it?
I'm,
Chamber of Commerce has the glasses for the wine tasting. Maybe we think about getting something that says.
Could you
heritage.
talk on, so that we can hear?
all right, so we have, yes, I'm sorry,
The mo-
Fong, Commissioner Fong has moved to keep September 9th for Cedars, and have Marissa and Chair Gupta talk to Susan. If she's unable to change it, consider having a double
Double.
reception. And Vice Chair Edamad has seconded it, and I'm seeing no public comment. So I will ask, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, unanimous, thank you. The next item is the November 2025 lower gallery artist proposal. It's on the same action
Yeah.
item 3.
I move that we accept the proposal on having current Vice Chair Shelley Etamat's retrospective exhibition in November.
It's going to be a book launch.
Book launch.
It is
Okay.
a book launch.
But you'll
Charlie
be hanging,
Adams
you would
Booker.
like to
Hanging.
hang art as well.
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay.
The space is not enough for retrospective, but I will definitely try to do it as retrospective. Olders and new ones and etc.
All the hits.
But it will be a book launch. So,
That's exciting.
yeah, I think it would be good. We
That-
will have a party here.
That's
If we
great.
do it downstairs, I really like the 1 month.
Mhm.
Mhm.
I don't want to do it for 2 months upstairs.
People can do their holiday shopping.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it is during that. I will probably ask my person who's putting it out there about that.
So did we have a motion? I think.
My motion's on the floor.
Okay.
So do we have a second?
I second.
Okay, and all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, unanimously passed and seeing no public comment.
Is this the right time? I did mention that we would like a extended,
Calendar?
Calendar.
yeah, calendar so that we could work on it.
Yeah, I can prepare something and send it around for approval.
That
if
would
you
be great.
Yeah, no, I
Thank
agree.
you.
Yeah, no problem. We'll have that ready in place for the next meeting. Artist laureate update. Review and finalize dates for the town council confirmation, conferring of the laurels and reception dates. Define and approve a budget for invitations, a gift and reception costs. I've been alerted that Wednesday, August 6th, it will be on the town council agenda. Originally, we had thought maybe we would do it in 2 parts, but the town manager would like to have, and the mayor would like to have the selection committee present the artist laureate candidate to the town council for their approval, and then the conferring of the laurels and sort of
Then the plaque.
ceremony at that
And the
time.
plaque.
And then I have available dates from the candidate for a reception in October.
And at that August 6th meeting, is Richard Rosen also a part of that then? Yeah.
Yes.
And is he free at that time?
We should invite all of the
Great.
previous
Okay.
artists
So that's
laureates.
the
Yeah.
last artist laureate should go with you.
Sure.
Yeah, and
I
artists,
will come just in case you need me. for it.
Richard is the big, is
Yeah,
the one
Yeah,
that
no, he's
has a
available.
pass
He's
on.
he's
You
confirmed
should
that
all
date.
Be here. It is a
Yeah.
meeting.
August 6th, and what's the time?
6:30 PM.
Okay.
And I'll request, of course, that it happens early in the agenda.
thank you.
That's
Yeah.
great.
And then that gives us 2 months to plan a reception and party. The candidate has also requested to show some of her art during the reception, but we will have Susan Katz's art hanging
There.
in the
Oh.
community room. So I don't know how we can, it would be nice to have some of Krista's artwork up.
Do we have some easels that
August-
could be done?
Didn't have any when I had my, oh, yes, I
How about-
did. I had a show upstairs.
How about in the lower gallery? Isn't that open?
No, that's
No,
Cedar.
Cedars will still be here.
On,
It is going to be October.
It will be October.
oh, in October. I see.
Will
I
be the
see.
reception in October.
I see.
October is Cedars.
I believe it's October 9th, but if we have easels, we can put it up around the upper kind of lobby area, like,
And it
above
could
the
be in the
stairs
lobby area.
and the
too.
artist laureate wall,
Uh-huh.
in front
the
of that
lobby.
wall.
Do we have easels?
We can look.
But if you're giving the person a gathering, it is not good to give it to her while other people's work is out there.
I know. Well, this is a
Right.
dilemma we are facing.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure how we can, it's October 31st, did you say?
No, I believe it's October 9th.
October 9th.
By the same token, if I remember, Richard did not have his things up when he was anointed artist laureate. So we could offer laureate a show in the beginning of next year to kind of launch
Mhm.
her regime for a year.
Mhm.
And that might be a nice New Year effort.
That's true.
I agree.
We
At
could,
the in the upstairs gallery. I think that's a nice idea. I mean, otherwise, the only possibility would be, I mean, when is you want to do your event here on the lower gallery for a month
November,
November.
in November?
December is
Sure.
taken off.
Yeah. So I think that's really the only, I mean, I think, we want her to have the show that she deserves, and
I think we could.
upstairs
prepone
gallery
the
is the
show
way to go.
Next year.
Yeah, I
say
think-
January,
Yeah.
February.
I agree. I think January, February.
Would be
Yeah,
great.
she
to kick
kind
off
of
the year.
likes it towards the end of the year.
I mean, we can
She's-
certainly, make a note of this particular issue when the next artist laureate's term comes up, and we can plan ahead that way.
I was finding someone.
Let me ask this, since the plan is already in motion to have the opposite wall feature the incoming artist laureate, is there a way to put a QR code there that would automatically pull up some of her work?
Yeah, that's.
Go to her website.
We
so that
can put
even-
her website, we could put her website in
That's what I'm
the
saying.
Yeah.
Is
Yeah.
that way,
QR code.
as part.
Something concurrent.
Right, and there will be, and I'm assuming there's gonna be something in the ARC about the selection of the artist laureate. So that way, it could also cross-reference, say, she will be exhibiting, to open the new year 2026 at
yeah,
this time. So give her
2026.
as much publicity and,
Yeah,
exposure as we can under the circumstances.
that's right, yes.
And I think she'd appreciate that because she has a lot of wonderful plans and ideas.
Right.
So I think more time is better.
We will
Right.
postpone her party to beginning of next year.
Well, so she, well, yeah, that's what I was thinking. Her actual induction or whatever you want to call it would be,
That happens right here for that.
oh, okay.
For that in October.
Well,
No.
no, she wanted,
In
I think
August, I think it is, we are introducing her to
town council.
town
Right.
council.
Getting approval
And
from
for
the town council
approvals.
to
Approval.
enter into a contract with her.
Right.
Right.
I think the October 3rd date was one that she had proposed as a reception date, correct?
That was just sort of the timeline. we
And,
were-
and I think what we're saying is that without her work up, a reception doesn't seem quite as impactful.
Yeah,
I guess respectful in some ways. So I think, the idea is to then move the reception and combine it with a show in the upper gallery in January.
yeah, I had a show upstairs. And then we came down.
October for some particular reason, I don't know.
Well, that was just what was suggested to her. Because I was proposing a timeline of, this is when you can get on the town council and then here's
that's
what
okay.
is happening next. And she was busy all during September, so October kind of came up in
I
conversation.
think I agree with Nora to just try to have as much exposure and contacts and connections for the August gathering. And then announce that she will have a show and there will be a big party in January.
Upon approval from town
Okay,
council.
Yeah,
Right.
that's true.
Yeah, but you'll know that August
To
5th.
bring her the
Right.
phone
Yes.
and give it to her.
Yeah,
that time.
upon completion, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Well, and you'll have
I
one
like that.
piece of her art on the wall
for
I mean-
with the artist laureate wall immediately.
Okay.
And that's the sort of coming attraction, right?
And I think additionally, it leaves her time to kick off the year with some of her
Yeah.
ideas and some of her projects, which we will certainly entertain in our own meetings in the fall, this fall.
Yeah,
And then come January, maybe even at the reception, she might be able to announce one or two of these projects
Yeah.
that she's come.
people might want to join her. I don't know
Exactly.
whether-
That could be a sign up sheet or something. I mean, whatever.
See, the laurel is given during that,
Town hall.
Yeah,
no,
No?
No.
At the
Heard
reception.
of
At the reception.
At the reception.
Then we'll do it in January at the reception.
At the reception.
Oh, I
But
thought,
the
no,
plaque is
Plaque.
given to her during the August
So
one.
August.
I
6th.
thought the laurel was given, at least with Richard, everything happened at the town council.
No.
Town council, he never had the,
The laurel wreath, okay,
well, he did. We
later.
gave him just.
Okay,
on
we
her-
do
on
have
his
the plaque
lapel.
and we
put
need
it
the
on his
approval.
lapel.
Okay,
Okay,
Yeah.
so,
But he just didn't want to have any
reception.
receptions.
Right.
But for the new one, I think it would be nice to
Yeah.
have a reception for her.
Well, we can do that at the reception, certainly. The lower.
We will have a
Oh.
cake for her and then give her flowers and a gift.
Fireworks.
What do you think about the gift that Marissa has?
Oh,
That's really,
what,
Melissa has my email response on that.
what is it?
They're a lovely pair of earrings with laurel wreaths
Oh.
and a pearl. I'm not the person to ask this because I fail pretty much on a regular basis with my wife when it comes to style issues. So I'm gonna
Well,
leave that.
actually, I probably would like the commission not to get involved in getting this kind of personal gifts.
Yeah.
And what are we gonna do when it's a man? Give him a tie stud. I think with,
for
the
men, it's
laurel
very
wreath
easy.
and the plaque and a show, plus a good reception and
Yeah.
publicity and exposure. I think that's the work of the commission.
I agree. I mean, frankly, I don't remember ever giving a gift in the
No.
past, and I don't think we want to set a
Yeah.
precedent for doing that.
Fine, that was just I was going down a rabbit hole with like
Yeah.
laurel wreaths and whatnot.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah,
oh, these
no,
are cute.
that's
Well, I
fine,
like it if
but-
I ever become an artist.
But it's
story.
We will do something when she's having her reception.
Yeah.
We will think
We
about
will
it.
honor her.
Yes.
Yeah, that is, she can show for 2 months up there and.
Moving along.
Style problem solved.
So that's handled. So is there, so what we've discussed now, that requires action is, August 6th, the selection committee will present her to the town council, for approval. And then, the commission and the new artist laureate will work together through the fall to fine tune her plans. And, she will have a reception and exhibition in the upper gallery, January and February, and, date TBD on the reception. And that's what's happening right now.
Right, and in the interim, she will have space on,
Yes, she will have
On the
space
other wall.
on the other wall, with a piece that if she'd like to hang a piece,
Right.
but otherwise, a QR code to her website and
and an article.
an article, will promote, her with
Her
the local
selection.
paper and, yeah.
Should we, when we get an estimate for the hanging, should we ask for 5?
Hmm?
Hanging up 5
Mhm.
paintings?
Yeah.
Do you really want to put, I really think that you have to show your 4 year of working, then you get to put a work on the wall permanently.
No, this is on the opposite wall of what's.
This is a coming attraction.
The
Yeah,
opposite.
This is-
next to the elevator.
Yeah.
Not the actual.
Oh,
Not the
okay.
artist laureate wall,
It-
but
It's
the,
just to promote, and then when her exhibit
A
comes, we'll take it
promotion.
down.
yeah,
Yeah, we could have a small work.
yeah,
Yeah.
You don't want it to be mixed with the other
No,
4.
no,
No.
not at all.
No?
it won't be.
The
It'll-
upcoming.
Yeah,
Right.
and it'll be demarc,
Have a big writing upcoming,
sure.
yeah,
Yes.
okay.
Okay.
So, can we take action on that?
Yeah, I moved to do what you said.
Okay.
I'll be seconded.
And, is there any public comment? I'm seeing none. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, thank you. I'm sorry, who seconded that? Thank you.
Victoria.
Oh, wow, okay.
All right. Look at us getting all kinds of stuff done. Action item number 5, public art proposals. At the last meeting, there was a proposal by artist Scott Froschauer for some public art. We haven't talked about it since. And then potentially consider requesting additional proposals and suggestions from the community and local artists for a temporary public art installation in town.
Well, I think this is a good moment to kind of take the temperature on Scott Froschauer's proposal and project. I know I received an email, Marissa, that there was some more public comment about Scott's.
Yes,
Work.
I'm afraid.
Yeah,
so.
the ARC reposted their article on Instagram and received several comments, both good and bad, which they then reprinted in the paper a couple of weeks ago. So.
And before we kind of delve into the good and bad, I will say that, artwork rarely pleases everyone, and people have strong opinions about modern art, about contemporary art, about what constitutes art. I don't think we're in a position to kind of enter into those debates with anybody. However, as we did with Thomas Jackson, in that case, we discussed it with the community, the Del Mar neighborhood community there, which would be most impacted by his work on South of the Knoll Park. In this case, we're proposing something that would have a presence in South of the Knoll, but also potentially to go along the bike path further, crossing other neighborhoods. W- Do you want to? Does anybody want to comment on this? Because I'm not, my position here is that while I am an advocate for Scott's work and I like it, I'm also, I feel that we're here in July, and I'm open to other proposals if we have any. I will say that I was talking to a digital artist who does digital art on a large sort of cube that projects different kinds of things on that. And it was interesting to me, but on the other hand, it also could be something that would be potentially seen at the DeYoung Nights at the Museum party or something like that. So it's not entirely certain how it is a singular work of art as opposed to a means of projecting images, which is, I think, a different kind of artwork, certainly, but one that I'm also open to. So I guess, yes, let's talk about Scott Froschauer's proposal now, and let's get it out there.
Can I ask just one question? Refresh my memory on where we are with the Sensorio Brian Palmer, is it, or?
Sensorio, the costs were just too,
Bruce,
yeah.
he never got back to us on.
No.
He said,
Oh.
he said this year, no, we followed up. This year, he said it was too late,
Too late.
that he had already kind of
Okay.
done a program. I mean, we can always revisit Sensorio and that idea of I mean, it was a complicated project in that it required sourcing, 1,000 CDs, and it's just not really, I
For
think,
that version of
for
it.
that
but,
particular
yeah.
thing. I mean, there might be other things that he's interested in. We can certainly
Yeah.
revisit that.
Yes, I
It's
have.
a long runway for his work because he's in
Mhm.
England. And so it wouldn't be something that we would be able to do, I don't think, really realistically, until maybe next summer, or, which
Okay.
we can get going on to.
I have relationship with Sausalito Center for the Arts, and I asked for the names of sculptors, the artists who do public art. They're all local. I think it would be good to deal with local artists for a change, so we don't have to worry about from bringing others from other states and so on. Anyways, they gave me two names. I already have forwarded to Marissa. There are two of them. One of them does metal birds. And it was very interesting to me. I thought that would be really wonderful. There was a second one that was in a Facebook or something between Marissa and I don't think we liked it very much. And the third one, I have a portfolio of the third one, which I don't like. I don't think you guys would like it either. But these are there for us to look at, to examine.
We don't have an ad hoc for public art proposals. Maybe the next step might be, before we make a decision about Scott, is to form an ad hoc and like as Jale said, look at some local, and I wouldn't restrict it to just Marin. I would say, there's a lot of art being made
area.
in the East Bay and in
There.
and in
Yeah.
in San Francisco. So I'm open to that, and I think if we are able to, I mean, there's no rush. I mean, clearly at this stage, it doesn't look like we would be able to get something really realistically.
It might be, we might be able to do it by the end of the year. We
Maybe.
don't know. But the thing is, it's not nice to keep Fraser
Waiting. Well,
That is
I mean,
not right.
I mean, I feel like, that's why I started off by saying, let's take the temperature on this project. And, I mean, I would love to hear from the other commissioners
I keep
how
on-
they are, feeling
Meeting.
enthusiastic about, I'm talking about the commissioners, not the public, but,
Mm.
whether the commissioners are enthusiastic, regardless of the fear of public reception. I'm not, I don't, we're accountable people, and I'm happy, as I've said before, to defend our choices, that we make in this commission. And I think we make sound decisions here. They're not hastily thought out, certainly. And if somebody doesn't like, a particular format, that's a style, that's an individual sensibility. That's not, there's no question that, signs and signage and semiotics and rhetoric are all a part of contemporary art today. And that's something that certainly Scott Froschauer works in. It can be conceptual, and it also can be, like very prosaic and found object like. So I don't feel that there's a debate there. So how do the commissioners feel? Should we just, I don't want to put anybody on the spot, but if you have something that you want to, yeah? Sure.
Well, the reason I had my hand up is I think we should do a call for proposals for public art. Because I think we want to throw our net as widely as possible to see, because there are, as you say, very, very talented people in the Bay Area. And I think we should avail ourselves of that before we do anything else. And I don't think it should just be, well, I know somebody and you know somebody. No, I think to do it on a professional level, we need to put together some
Yeah,
sort of
the ones that I have, they're very professional. They're part of the
That's not what I'm saying.
Bay Area.
I'm saying.
I
we
think
don't-
the idea of having, call for proposal is a lot more work than just sending out an email, to the general public. We have to figure out what we really want.
Exactly.
And,
But
but
that-
then we're dictating what we think
Well,
that people
no.
want. That's sort of like contrary to what is happening a little bit, happening here. And the other thing, usually we have to give money for people to do the proposal, like most of them are about $1,000. So you
Right.
send us the concept or miniature or whatever it is. That can be done, but I think it's a long-term project. And I would like to move forward on that for the long run, but for now, and I'll get back,
Right, but-
for this, Scott's Froschauer's, I'm in agreement with our chair, Arjun. I think art has many, different ways of communicating. This is a communicative art. It gets people talking, which is the purpose. It's a different medium, which is using the signs. And the way I look at it, communication is sharing ideas and expressions. And all of this come from our brain. They are neurons firing all different ways. There are the neural pathways. And to me, Scott is trying to say, these are your pathways, your routes in thinking and sharing ideas. And to be on the contrary, here are the traffic signs. These are neural pathway traffic signs. And that's how I'm looking at the art. And it doesn't please everyone, and it's not necessarily my favorite, but I think it's important that we share with the community the concepts, different kinds of public art. And it's okay. If they don't like it, it gets them talking. It's communication, which is the purpose.
And it's temporary.
Yeah,
It's
and it's
temporary.
temporary and it's contemporary.
Temporary.
You know, where constantly our brains are firing like
not
our
permanent.
texts.
Can I just go back because I wasn't finished? And that was that I think what we put together is an adjunct committee, right? An ad hoc to put together a plan for getting people to submit proposals for public art. That I think is what we are here to do.
But
But they're two separate issues.
I know.
Can I just say,
That's why I finished the first one for the long-term
I-
plan, but the second part, I was talking
Yeah.
about the Scott.
I think Nora, that's what I was also saying was put together an ad hoc, you know. I think we have visited the idea of a call for proposals, and I think that there was a considerable amount of effort and cost entailed because there are I think software and online resources that are there to help with that kind of thing. However, I think the decision that we made, whatever it was 2 or 3 years ago, was not to go that route. We had PASP for a while. I think between us, I mean, we're all enthusiastic, we're all inquisitive, we all know how to use the computer. We can certainly reach out to the California Academy of Arts, reach out to different places and see what's happening. And I think that that is a great way to move forward. However, I will say this, I agree with what Victoria said strongly. We've already put in a certain amount of effort into, speaking with Scott, who is very generously and kindly, offered a number of proposals at varying costs. I think I like his work. I think Victoria's interpretation was spot on. I couldn't have said it better as an
It was really
as an
great.
as an art historian, though. You really articulated, I think, where he's going and what he's trying to do in an urban landscape. So my hope is that at this meeting we can, we keep hearing that some people don't like this or some people don't like that. I mean, that's okay for me. I'm not, we can't please everybody in the town, and there's going to be a huge range of opinions in the town also about
Oh,
what
boy.
is liked and what's disliked. I mean, we have a town full of, very, how should I put it, A personalities and, people who are very successful in their own rights and in their own fields. So it doesn't surprise me that there's going to be opinion, but that is not my concern. My concern is, as Victoria said, that we as a commission put something out that, remember, will also resonate with the youth and with children as well, I think, in ways that we probably don't even really understand yet, but certainly will, get their neurons going also. So I'm advocating for going forward with, a limited proposal from Scott where you have a group of signs in one place
To suggest,
and
what about having these as a group? So you don't scatter it all over town.
well, Yeah, I mean, we can have a group. I'm not saying scatter everything all over. I mean, we're not talking about 30, 40 signs. If he has a small number of 10 or whatever, 8 or 10 in one place and then 3 or 4 elsewhere, I think that's okay.
Question, I may have missed a meeting. If I could just ask, there's a lot of debate going on. My understanding was that when we previously voted and we saw that in our minutes, we were going to check with the town on available areas that this could be. Was that done? Okay. Secondarily, so number one, the next step included checking with the town to come up with a sense of where we could put these signs. That's addressing Chale's point. So that was supposed to be done, and we were looking to hear back on that. We have not heard back on that. So the other thing is I see the minimum price here because you have to pay a $5,000 startup fee. And then I think it's an additional 15,000 for 10 signs. So that includes the startup fee?
That's for 1 year.
Mm-hmm. So I think we need to, yeah.
10,000, $1,000.
Oh, right here it says okay,
$1,000.
yeah, 10
for
signs are,
each sign.
okay, 15,000 right here. Okay. So the minimum is 15,000. So we need to follow the next step, which is to come up with an idea before we approve this of where it would be, what it would look like. Is there a theme? I know he said that he could do one original piece for us. We could maybe even auction that off. Do we own it? Or does he keep it? Anyways, so I think it's
Some of those-
premature.
No, some of those things are addressed in the proposal. Not in
we
the
haven't-
pricing, but
I'm looking for a map. He was supposed to look at where he would recommend.
yeah, I did send him a map and I did point out the areas where we have, the park space. Clearly, as he said in his proposal, this doesn't go anywhere near any traffic, any vehicular traffic. So our area is really limited to, south of the Knoll, where we had the Thomas Jackson piece, which he is well aware of and, he's interested in. And then the bike path. And my thought was that if we did, the 15 or 20, we would have, a group of them at south of the Knoll. And then a few going down towards Blackie's pasture and a few going the other way towards town, but before what's the name of that road that goes through to the lagoons, on the right side? San Rafael. And keep it there. So you're really, you're not going all the way into town either direction. The locus is south of the Knoll with a line of a few going one way and a line of a few going the other way.
I walk there every day. So I can visualize it. What I'd love to get is some indication from the town before we vote for the money that this can actually work.
Sure.
Because one of the scariest things on earth now in my life is when I walk down that path and there's crazy speed bikes that you pass.
Sure.
And you're like dodging and you're going around. And if there were signs in the way, that would make it
Well-
even scary.
Well,
So-
remember that, I think, it has to pass muster with the town anyway. So I think the best way to go forward is to, again, refine the proposal, give it to we can look at it at our next meeting, perhaps, if we can do it, quickly enough. And then, if we agree that that is a proposal that we want to move forward with, we can then send it to the town for approval.
Yeah, and it in the minutes, we did create an ad hoc at the last
Mhm.
with Chair Gupta, Vice Chair Ahmad, and Commissioner Fong to do exactly this, refine the proposal, figure out the locations, and then bring it to the next meeting. So
Which would have been tonight.
Yeah.
It would have been, but our, one
Would
of our
that
ad
be
hoc
re-
members was out of the country.
Yeah, we were all on vacation.
So
Yeah.
therefore,
Follow
I
through.
move that we do exactly what we said.
Yeah.
Continue the
meeting.
ad hoc and report back.
And can you remind, the ad hoc is myself, Jale,
And me.
and Victoria.
Victoria. And if you talk to Scott, I wonder if he could focus, I like the idea, I think Nora mentioned it last time, have something specific
Yes.
theme for Tiburon, maybe 6 out of the 10 or 5 out of the 10. And the others, I would try to encourage him to use the ones that are not so completely real traffic signs. Like I like this. This to me is like
Mhm, mhm.
you look through something, stop your
Gotcha.
neural,
A little more visually
interesting.
interesting. Yeah.
yeah, and artistic, or like yield to love, something like that. That might be fun versus the other stuff. But
So the motion,
Well, I have a
Commissioner,
question before
oh,
we
yes.
get to a motion. And that is that, in all honesty, I haven't read it, but I've heard that there was considerable, you
yeah,
know,
that was my other thing. Yeah.
comment
It-
about this from the public. And I think
Could we
should
have
at
some
least know what
summary?
It was because we can't just disregard it.
Yeah, can we acknowledge?
Anecdotal comment from the public, whether it's three opinions or 10, are certainly worth listening to, and I'm happy to entertain them, but I don't think they have any impact in the process that we're going forward with. Because they are just that. They're anecdotal. They're not a survey. They're not done in any kind of scientific or meaningful way to, create any kind of, critical analysis that has bearing on the project.
But just as we have an opportunity for public comment, I think some people probably thought, that's my public comment. I'm not going to go sit there. Yes.
Mhm.
So that's, we are.
But we just have a summary.
With that.
Who put
So we
that
just-
in the Instagram, the ARC?
It was on the ARC's profile page. And in the article, it was directed that public comment come to me, which I would then share with you.
And did you get any public comment?
Not via my town hall email.
Okay.
So I just want to remind everyone, when we do insights, sorry, that you're in person, okay.
If you do something like that, I'm going to write it.
Mhm. So just a research technique, we love to go for stat sig and we quantify it. That's one approach to research. You've also heard of this thing called focus groups, and they only talk to 10 people and they shape the trends from there. So when we're developing, and I've done this for decades and decades for Procter & Gamble, Charmin, Bounty, Supercuts, Charles Schwab, Wells Fargo, we use both the inputs. We very rarely sit in a vacuum without getting feedback. It could be your neighbor. It could be an Instagram. It could be social. But to shut ourselves off into a silo, we don't want to do that. So the broader we can get some feedback, I'd love to see what was there. And I don't always read the ARC, so I'd like to follow up if there's a way to get those comments.
Yeah, I mean, it's on their public Instagram page. I can share the link with you.
Perfect. Yeah.
Were there? Yeah.
Could we? it's
And
for-
Facebook
for
and
those-
next door.
We don't know credibly if those are, they don't post their real names. So what is the credibility behind?
And there's also, remember, Scott Froschauer's Instagram page,
And bots.
which has, hundreds and hundreds of followers. So that's also worthwhile to look at. There's also examples, case scenarios of other cities that are larger and smaller than Tiburon nationwide that have had these signs up. And I've asked him about the reception and, he said overwhelmingly people were for it, but like all art, there are a few people who are especially vocal, and the phrase, the creaky wheel gets
Squeaky wheel
squeaky
gets the
gets the oil. Yeah, I mean, I appreciate what you have to say about focus groups. I'm not really, I mean, if that's what we're going to become as
No, I just, it's an
focus group.
example of, we're
Yeah.
not listening to anecdotes from one or two people.
Well,
I
but this is the
serve this community.
Exactly.
right. No, but
We
this is
serve.
this is what anecdotes are 3 or 4 Instagram
I haven't
uh,
seen them. So
things. I mean, I don't see,
I haven't seen the Instagram.
it's not a survey. Now, if you want to do a survey,
No.
that's one thing.
No.
But
No.
And if, and we certainly did, I did, you know, with Thomas Jackson, I took it to the head of the Del Mar Neighborhood Association and I asked him to, you know, send it out to people. And he did. And he got a few, and he got some. Yeah. And exactly. So I think, you know, I'm not here in a silo. We're all together. We're all working together. We're all looking at art together also. And we're certainly entertaining, you know, any proposals that people are bringing in.
Right.
However, I also feel very strongly that we are experienced enough. We have to give ourselves a little bit of credibility as well, that we are in, you know, we're not just, you know, residents in our capacity here. We are people who are involved in art and culture and in bringing.
And we're not seeking popularity.
Absolutely.
So, I'm looking at this and hearing Trish with all the ideas. I think it could be very constructive since this is communicative art. From that, whether we accept it or not, if speaking for myself, if I accept it, I would love to get the comments and contact the residents and have them join us in doing a focus group for the long range, you know, call for proposals. What kind of art do you want to work on a group, you know, an ad hoc group for the town? We did that. And I was going to suggest, we did have a public meeting. Greg Chanis came and Patty and others, and we had a nice breakfast meeting and 30, 40 people came, and that's how it came about.
I like that idea.
yeah, that's a great idea. I
Yeah.
wasn't involved.
Yeah, so I have a general meeting.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I was approached at the gym, no less, but people who said, oh, I saw all that stuff that about that project that you guys, I think it's really tacky. And I heard similar comments from other people who said, this is what we're spending our money on for the town. I think it's ridiculous. So I'm saying these are not coming out of Instagram or anything.
No,
they're coming
and
directly from people.
that doesn't surprise me. I mean, if we had a proposal for an exhibition of graffiti artists, I'm sure we'd get the same thing. Now, it doesn't mean that graffiti art is not a genre that has real presence and meaning and value.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Right, but I do think just as you approach the Del Mar Neighborhood Association before launching that, I think we owe it to our residents.
So
Be
what do you propose we do?
Same neighborhood. It's the same neighborhood, isn't it? Basically, it's the bike path. Maybe go back to the same residents and say, this is what we propose. But to go back to what was said by Trish is, we had already agreed that we wanted Scott Froschauer to tell us where exactly he wanted to put these signs and what they were going to say.
So to that, Scott and I, before I left for my trip, had a conversation where he was thinking, he saw the map, he had the map, he wanted to come out here. And I said, I can't, you know, I can't talk about that with you right now because I haven't discussed it with the commission. I think, you know, it might be worthwhile for him to come out here, but I also feel that, you know, given the limited space that we have to show his work, it doesn't really make much sense for him to come out here at the end of the day. I mean, I think, you know, I'm happy to, you know, see if he has a project out here that he can kind of fold into a trip out to the Bay Area. I don't know when that would be. I'm not sure that since the project hasn't been approved yet, we can allocate any funds to help him with his travel or his accommodation for that matter. On the other hand, I suppose there is also, you know, a possibility that, you know, those costs could be added on to the overall cost of the project should it be approved. I'm just thinking outside of the box here.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, because my feeling is, for instance, I think it's his project. If he wants us to do it, he should take the time and spend the money to come out here and have specificity. Because if a proposal doesn't have specificity and costs associated with it,
It has costs and it's a very specific proposal. I mean, he hasn't
Where?
given us the exact signs, just as Thomas Jackson didn't give us the exact configuration of the 700 or 800 items, he didn't give us an exact configuration or a pattern. He did it when he got on the site and he put it all together.
But this is different.
I
These are
understand.
Signs where you can pick where they're going to go and you can pick where.
I
they're gonna
understand
stay.
that. So I will suggest to him that he come out. Now, as to whether he wants to come out and, you know, I mean, I feel like we're trying to have it both ways. On the one hand, we want, you know, to do a call for proposals, which traditionally you pay for. And then you want Scott Froschauer to come out here, but we're not going to be able to allocate any money to help him with his costs to come out here. So I feel like that's, I don't know, there's something about that that doesn't strike me.
This was brought to us. We didn't ask, we didn't set it out there and say, hey, you know, somebody send us something. He came to us asking.
No, we went to him.
You did?
We went to him.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay, but this was different than a call for artists. This was, if you contacted him, right? I mean, when we did the mural.
Principle,
we
I understand,
Ready.
I understand the difference that you're making, but in principle, all I'm saying is that if he's going to, you know, buy a plane ticket out here, I mean, I guess I could also ask the lodge if they're willing to, you know, sponsor him for 1 or 2 nights. But I think that if he does buy a plane ticket to come out here and the project is approved, that cost should be added on to the overall cost of the project after approval.
So before we do that, back to what I read.
But
Back
if
to-
it's not approved, if the project is not approved,
So before we do that,
it's out
I
pocket.
still have to follow up on what we already approved, and that was to come up with a map. Like I'm looking at this thinking, well, this could go next to the bike path. Would the town approve that?
No, he's going. We're the next step, Trish, is to ask him what is there a theme for Tiburon and what the signs would be. That is the next step, is to narrow it down. We're not at the point where we're going to take a proposal to the town. We still have to refine the proposal. So as you rightly point out, we don't know which signs he is going to put out there or how they're going to be put out. I mean, we have an idea that when he's done some groupings, you know, that they're put in some kind of an arrangement or a circle.
Yeah, I mean, go ahead.
Is
Yes.
we do the action step we were going to, and then leading up to next meeting, we invite those people that submitted public comment, maybe post something in the ARC, and they can come to our next meeting. And if they're really vocal about it, this is the same thing they were doing with Parks and Rec. Oh, it's not on. Can you hear me now? Okay. And then we invite people to come and either submit public comment ahead of time or attend our next meeting to give their thoughts about this proposal. And we can present it then and share it there.
I think a general call to the public sounds
Mm.
good. I don't know about contacting the few people who, you know, feel.
Just putting out like a public
But to
call.
put a public call out, absolutely. And I think, you know, I mean, while I appreciate somebody saying it's tacky, you know, have you been to a museum lately? I mean, there are people who look at stuff all the time and they say, my 5-year-old could have done that. That's just garbage. You know, this is tacky. I mean, there's a lot of different opinions out there in the museum world, in the art world. And I'm not, you know, and so I think giving people a chance to voice their opinions, you probably get, you know, more negative feedback than you are positive, because it's the people who want to stop something that will come out. But even so, that is not dispositive on whether or not the project should go forward. So I just want that to be clear, that I see my role here as a chair of this commission and of this project, this general project of heritage and arts, as one where we are making informed decisions. We are relying on our experience. We are relying on our understanding of art, of public art, and of the town. And while there may be adults who feel one way, I would bet that no child is going to come to that public, you know, a call for comment and say, this is really cool. I like this.
Yeah.
So there's a larger population out there that we're working for, and the most vocal, and certainly many of them probably also the most prominent, are not necessarily going to shift my vision for what we need to be doing here.
I think we've had some really good ideas, and I would suggest as member of the ad hoc committee that we go through with the chair contacting Scott, getting some details on the location and the theme, specific Tiburon theme, and then, having public, put it on the agenda and then notify the public, yeah, that this is on the agenda. The ARC could put it in, like the agenda, and then have public comments and see what it is. But in the meantime, I think if we could get more details, as Tricia suggested, location, okay by the town, and perhaps the theme and how many, and we would propose in public to the commission and to the public.
Yeah, and I'll add that, since Scott has done this at Glendale and a number of other towns in California, as well as across the country, all the signs are put in according to, the specifications, the engineering and the parks and all of those things are followed, to a T. He's a professional. He's been doing this for a long time. And I'm sure that we won't have a problem with the city in terms of placement.
I think you still need to run it by Public Works.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, Nora, just like we did with Thomas Jackson, we went to Public Works, we went to Parks and Open Space, we went to all of those other to get consensus before we went to the town. And that's what we're going to do again. For every public art project, we need the buy-in from the other commissions that we're working with. So absolutely, that's down the road.
Well, before we allocate funds.
Yeah. But by the same token, I do want to say that I don't think that we just disregard comments from the public. We don't have to get into a long dialogue about this. It's.
Well, we can't please everyone. I mean, look at us.
I understand
we-
what you're saying, but again, we are here because we are appointed by the town and we have a duty to the town to be respectful and mindful and considerate and consider their input as well. That's why these are public meetings. That's why things don't get done in a back room.
Well, I think Nora, I think that's addressed with the fact that at the next meeting, we're going to call the public to come in and attend. So I think it's resolved.
Trust
Yeah.
is just being open.
I think it's resolved and it is a public meeting and that is the forum for this kind of comment is at our meeting.
Thank you.
So the action taken,
So the action item is I move that I circle back with Scott for a more detailed proposal with regards to placement of and to theme and
Text.
That-
Text, what it's going to say. You-
and selection of signs. Yes.
And the ad hoc will contact local entities for, posts, homeowners, and the town, and public works, everything.
Once we have that refined proposal in place. Yeah.
would you like to have a roll call vote on this? Or would you like to pass?
Fine with me.
Okay, we'll do a roll call vote. Chair Gupta,
Yes.
Vice Chair Edemond? Yes. Commissioner Feibush?
Yes.
Commissioner Fong?
Yes.
Commissioner Farren?
Yes.
Commissioner Noguez?
With all the considerations that have been put on the record, yes.
Okay. And I'm looking at public comment and seeing none, so passed.
Okay.
And how can we make sure we publicize the call for feedback so that if people do want to give feedback, we can hear it out, whether it's through written feedback or people come to our next meeting, ensuring that we have the thoughts of our residents in mind.
So what we
Oh.
can do is we've got a Tiburon Talk will be going out August 4th. So we can put it, and again, 2 weeks later, prior to our meeting. So we'll run it in the Tiburon Talk. We can run an Instagram post. Our Francisco is on this meeting now, and hopefully we'll be recapping this conversation in the ARC. I might suggest you write some letters to the editor, put it on your own Instagram and your own Nextdoor posts as commissioners that you request your community's feedback on this project.
I'm happy to help you with the Tiburon Talk copy.
Wonderful.
For
I
this
will look
project.
to you to provide that. Thank you, Chair Gupta.
Sure. Okay. Action item number 6. Oh, the election.
I nominate Chair Gupta for another term as chair.
Second,
Second? Anyone?
I did, second.
Okay, second. We got F and F.
Yes. We put a lot of
Wait, that
Fs.
was Farron seconded?
Yes.
All in favor?
Oh, wait, you
Oh.
have to ask if there are any other nominations.
Oh, are there any other?
No.
I'm looking for public comment. Seeing none. All in favor of Chair Gupta serving a second term?
Aye.
Chair Gupta, do you have a vote?
No.
I don't think I have a vote, but
Oh, I don't.
I'm honored and I thank you all. And it's great to be working with you again, and I'm just having a great time. So thank you.
You are?
Congratulations, Chair Gupta, on your second term as the Heritage and Arts Chair. We will now go to an election for the Vice Chair.
I nominate Liz Feibush.
Second.
Are there responsibilities? There a job?
Back up the
Um,
commission.
oh,
Yeah, we get to hang out more.
Yeah.
okay.
Any other nominations?
Are there any other nominations? I'm looking at public comment and seeing none. Commissioner Feibush, do you have any questions or concerns or anything you'd like to share with the group?
No, it's been a great first year almost. So appreciate the recognition. Yeah.
Great.
Vote.
All in favor of Commissioner Feibush as Vice Chair of the Heritage and Arts Commission?
Aye.
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 Seems to be a unanimous passage. Congratulations, Vice Chair Feibush. Would you like to move into your new chair next week? Okay. You're off the kids' table.
You get a real chair.
Congratulations. It is on the record, Chair Gupta and Vice Chair Feibush for the fiscal year 2025-26.
Right. Calendar dates.
Calendar dates. We're coming to the end of our meeting. This Friday, July 25th at 5 p.m. I'm sorry, the
Oh,
agenda is incorrect. New West Guitars, jazz guitar trio at Old St. Hilary's Landmark. I was listening to some of their music today. It's very fun. And as I mentioned in email, Dave is looking for volunteer drivers, shuttle drivers from 4:30 to 5 from Rustic Bakery to Old St. Hilary's. If you are available, please reach out to Dave directly. Sunday, August 10th from 1 to 4 is the Tiburon Jewish Festival at Zelinsky Park. I will insert Sunday, August 17th is the Native American Arts and Culture event at Zelinsky Park. We'll have to think about a time. Tuesday, August 19th at 5:30 p.m. is the regular meeting of the Heritage and Arts Commission.
Question?
Yes.
Isn't it the fourth Tuesday? Is the 19th the fourth
Do I have that?
Tuesday? Just asking, it doesn't matter.
It's oh, you're right. I'm sorry. I had it as the third Tuesday. Great. Okay.
Especially if we're going to get public comments.
Yeah. Yeah, and we were going to make that a short meeting anyway. All right. Tuesday, August 19th at 6 p.m., the Tiburon Together reception hosted by the Heritage and Arts and Chabad of Tiburon. Tuesday, August 26th at 5:30 p.m. is the Heritage and Arts Commission regular meeting. Tuesday, September 9th, 6 to 8 p.m. is, I'm going to correct this calendar, is the Cedars of Marin artist reception. Yeah. So pardon all my typos this week. Maybe Cedars and Cats. Is there any other, anything else the public would like to talk about? Seeing
No,
none?
I'd just like to thank the service of Shelley Edema as our vice chair. She's done a lot and she's still going to do a lot. We're not letting her off the hook. And thank very much for the great service by Chair Arjun Gupta in leading us forward with many projects and doing so much.
Thank you, Victoria.
Thank you.
And with that, I think we adjourn.
Adjourn at 7:10 p.m. Thank you.